All right, guys. Hey, what's up, Jules? Happy Hump Day. Is it already Wednesday? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, happy Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're doing more Resident Evil 3. We got pretty far with our last playthrough, and I want to say we're almost done with the game. We're in the nest once again, so if memory serves me right, I think we're at the near end of the game, but we'll have to see. But yeah, the plan is to hopefully finish up the rest of the story here, and then maybe we'll be on to Resident Evil 4 by the next stream. We'll kind of see how things go. But for those of you guys watching on YouTube, we're currently live on Kick and Twitch at kick.com and twitch.com/HoosierMarineMAK. And, we usually stream between the hours of 7 and 9 p.m. Central, and we'll stream for about 4 hours. So if you guys want to find us there, that's when you could find us. And tune in and see what we're doing live and be a part of the viewing experience. Otherwise, you could be like everybody else from Kick and Twitch and just hang out at the YouTube channel once the video is over. You guys can watch it anytime you want, over and over again on YouTube. So yeah, once again, you guys at Kick and Twitch, if you guys want to check out the videos of our Resident Evil playthroughs, feel free to check us out at youtube.com/HoosierMarineMAK Gaming. And all those links should be on my channels. You just got to find them on the description, and you'll be able to, you know, view all the content to your heart's content. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. We finished our Resident Evil 2 playthrough, of course, so that's not a secret. Check that out. That's our most recent playlist that we've finished, and then it seems like we're going to be quickly done with Resident Evil 3 here soon, so we may end up just rolling into 4, and then after that it'll be Revelations 5, Revelations 2, 6, 7, and then Village. So we're cooking through them now. It's just going to take a little bit more time, but it's part of the experience, I guess. We'll be chipping away at it slowly but surely. I don't know if I'm going to make any other like tutorial videos or like 100% run-throughs or anything like that. I might play the game on hardcore, but like off stream, just so I can actually like enjoy the game. I've been dealing with a lot of troubleshooting issues with the audio for this game. It's not picking up the dialogue audio, and I have to keep on finagling a bunch of settings. And I also just noticed too with Resident Evil 3, and it may have happened with 2 as well, but every time I launch the game for the first time in the day, it reverts all of my visual settings back too. So last stream, you guys will notice in that last video, I made a few changes, but they weren't really changes. Those were just things that the game reverted back. But I had to adjust my memory usage to make sure that it was within a certain realm or a certain like value, so that it wouldn't like cause any like bugs or crashes or anything like that. So we had to do that again today, just before the stream. So it seems like these games just aren't really, I guess, ironed out properly. Like there's something going on behind the scenes that's causing certain settings to be reverted back, and also for audio problems that exist still today. So I will let the review reflect this towards the end of all the playthroughs. Like I said, I'm going to be making a review of all the Resident Evil games after I've played them all. In fact, after every time I finish a game, I'm going to give like a little like 5 minute section of the video where I'm just talking about the game and how I think things are with it. And I will be complaining about this audio problem, and now the settings being reverted back as well. That's going to be an ongoing thing, and I hope it doesn't continue through the rest of the Resident Evils. I hope that it's only unique to like 2 and 3, and then doesn't happen again for 4, 5, 6, Revelations 1 and 2, 7 and 8. I you know I don't want to be dealing with this the entire time, because it actually is costing me a significant amount of time. I'm spending like an hour and a half to 2 hours troubleshooting to make sure that I can get the audio to work before I start my stream. So it's actually delaying my production of like the videos and stuff. So it's definitely going to be reflected in the reviewing process for sure. So I need other people to know about it, because I for the life of me I can't find anybody talking about this issue unless it's like somebody on Steam saying that they have the issue, and then somebody else saying, "Oh yeah, I got the same problem," but like no one's fixing it. No one has a solution. There's no patch for it. There's no fix, and it just seems like people are just struggling through for no reason. So I'm gonna make it known so that you know it's at least more on the radar, at least. And I guess that's the whole point of it too, is just to keep complaining about it until it's fixed. But yeah, we've been dealing with that. It's been a headache. It's been a fucking pain in the ass. But outside of that, the game's been fun. Minus like the hospital scene with Carlos, fucking, I had an aneurysm just dealing with those hunters. Those hunters were annoying, and we're only playing on standard. It's not even hardcore, so I can only imagine if I go for a hardcore S plus run, it would be a nightmare. Which I will end up doing that eventually. I will probably end up doing like a S plus run for Resident Evil 2, but it'll have to be at a later date. We'll come back to that game for sure. It's just not going to be anytime soon. So hopefully you guys don't mind me just pushing on through the next games, but that was also the original plan to begin with. I was going to go and replay Resident Evil 1 from Jill's perspective, but I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to do it at this point. We'll come back to that game as well. But here we go. Let's get the game open. Let's get right into it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the audio problem has been addressed. If at any point during this playthrough, if there's dialogue or audio that you know exists in the game that is not present, you can't hear it, you can't fucking tell that it's there, please let me know so I can be aware of it and try to troubleshoot it from my end and try to address the situation and fix it for you all. Otherwise, I'll be going through this entire stream, this entire recording without audio, and then I'll have to replay, and it's going to be very, like, I guess demotivating, or it'll take the wind out of my sails to just push on to the next video and the next game, because I just want to make sure that I'm getting all of this on video for you guys to see the full game in its entirety, or as much of it as I can. And you know, it'd be a shame if like a single player story mode game doesn't have dialogue in it that you can hear, and then that's all I got. That I'm not gonna, like, you know, if this stream goes poorly with the audio, we'll just repeat this for the next episode. So like this episode will get uploaded to YouTube, but then it'll be followed by the corrected version of the audio issue. So like you'll be able to hear it in the next episode. Just the reactions won't be as authentic because I'm basically just rerunning old ground. So that's the plan. So if we do come across that issue, that's the solution for now. But hopefully we don't have that problem. And like I said, let me know if there's any problems with the audio. That goes for you guys too on YouTube. If there's anything that you guys aren't hearing that you guys should be able to hear, maybe I overlooked something, let me know, and I'll do what I can to fix it in the following video. But let's just fucking go. This is my most recent save. This is where I left off last. Although I'm seeing lab hallway. We'll just start at the autosave because it is the nest. So we are effectively at the same place. This is just a couple minutes behind. I want to keep this save, so if there's audio problems with the cutscene, I have a hard save that I can go back to it, and then that'll be like the start of the next episode, essentially. Because if I start from that save and then I forget about it and I save over that save, then I won't be able to go back without starting the entire game over again. And I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just start from where I knew that the issues existed. So yeah, we'll start at our autosave. That's what we'll do. That door is where the Nemesis was stopped. He's on the other side of that door there. I do have a little bit of a surplus going on here. I like that. I don't think we're gonna really worry about grabbing anything else. We're just gonna roll with what we got. You guys want to read this stuff? You guys can pause the video whenever you please. I'm not gonna stop and read that stuff. Oh, I hear a bobblehead. Can I get it from here? Let's see. Evidently not. It's behind that locked door. So I get that locked door, I go up the stairs, and then there will be a doorway to lab 1. The bobblehead's in this little area here, it sounds like. We'll get it.
Override key successfully generated.
What have we here?
Override key removed.
Flash drive. Alright. I wonder if that's how I gain access to all those doors behind me. Let's see what's here.
To begin vaccine synthesis, place the materials in the chamber.
We don't have that yet.
Synthesis? I have to make it myself? Alright, gotta figure this out.
I do have an override flashlight or flash drive, so I'm thinking that's how I go about opening that doorway that leads to the bobblehead.
Override complete.
What would this lead to? A little chamber. We're not gonna go that way yet. Shipping notice. Alright. this... I thought this would lead to... Oh, yeah, there's another door. Okay. I think we need this to start the serum concoction.
Oh, an antigen sample. I'll definitely need this for the vaccine.
And there's that bobblehead I was talking about. Alright, bobblehead secured. That should be most of everything here. Now, if we want to go downstairs and check this area, that's probably the way that we need to go now. I don't know if I have to go back to that that console and install this serum to it. Yeah, I see. And these are all supposed to be like tyrants that are like shrink wrapped into like I guess cryo sleep kind of containers. Scientist dying message. Nice. This ain't actually good. Hold on, let's craft whatever this gives us. Maybe shotgun ammo. Nice. Okay. Now we have room for that. Crap. You know, we may have to come back. Yeah, I don't have enough room for stuff. We're gonna have to go back. Zombie up the staircase from here. You know, I'll put the shotgun shells away, actually. It is strange, though. I thought they had blue herbs in Resident Evil 3, but I guess not. I haven't seen a single blue herb yet. I've just got green and red. That zombie's no more.
Insufficient power. Please activate auxiliary power.
This must be what powers it.
You're serious? He still has his head? Really? He's gonna get up too. After we wasted all that ammo. Okay. Now, this part, I vaguely remember this being a pain in the ass, so be ready for a little bit of rage. I might get a little upset with this portion. It might be a bit of a problem for me to get through this section. Yeah, we're gonna just keep our grenade launcher out. These are tyrants and these are hunters on the left. You know what? They won't be a problem until we leave this area. That's what happens. They come out once we're done. I think the labs are so cool here.
Out of the way!
I just got tunnel corner, I should say. Let's just make sure we'll work at that. I gotta heal. Oh, he's still alive.
So it's called the Nemesis. An adjuvant sample. These are combined with antigens to increase immune system response.
Yeah, Mega Man there. Alright, now we go back to that center console thing, but this may be where things get problematic for me. Those guys down below, I think they busted those tubes. So I'm just gonna have this ready to go. Grenade launcher for the win, hopefully. Yeah, those are tyrants on the left. I'm gonna die here. I hate those hunters, dude. I really do. I really fucking hate them. I'm also not a fan of the fact that the grenade launcher takes so fucking long to cycle through to the next cylinder. I feel like that should have been a lot quicker. But I guess at this point it is what it is. Alright, I think I cleared out pretty much everything. I don't know where she came from, but she's a new zombie. Might go to this item box real quick. Store the acid rounds. I'm actually gonna load my grenade launcher real quick, and then put the reserve ammo away. I don't have any more Magnum rounds, otherwise I would craft some. I need more high-grade gunpowder. Yeah. Alright, so we have no Magnum. It's not good. Did I already do this area? I don't remember finding anything here. Oh, bobblehead. It's a good thing I came over here to look. Yeah. Alright, we got another bobblehead. I think we need 6 more to get all of them, but I don't know if we're gonna get it in this run through. I think I missed a bunch in Raccoon City, like on the street.
Unauthorized materials detected.
Alright, so
Either I've got this wrong or I'm missing a step.
Unauthorized materials detected.
what am I missing? Do I combine them? Oh. Okay. What do I do here? What am I trying to do here? I guess we did it by accident.
Synthesizing vaccine.
Yes.
Synthesis complete. Please remove the vaccine canister.
That's a cool looking vaccine. Okay, take your time getting up. Alright guys, don't look at her butt. Alright. There's more high-grade gunpowder. We can craft more magnum bullets if we need. And I think we will. I think I'll keep the extra grenades on me, actually. I wasn't going to originally, but I think I will now.
What in God's name is this place?
What else do I want to take? I don't... pull out like 25 bullets. We'll pull out 25. I think this part needs me to use more pistol ammo to like hit buttons and stuff. Anything over here to grab? No. Okay.
Nikolai, don't!
Nikolai.
The city needs that vaccine!
More than I do. I don't think the wisdom I've been trying to impart on you is getting through. Now I know you can't put a price on life. But I'm in this business to get paid. So let's make a deal. You go down there, battle the Nemesis, and I'll recall it all and sell the combat data. Put on a good show, and maybe I don't need the vaccine. Agreed? Good.
I hate that guy. I also think it's such a contrivance that he's there to begin with, and he didn't get killed like Tyrell did. Like, why did Tyrell die and not this guy? We're in caution, so I'm just gonna heal now. Probably for the best I did that.
Is that you?
Carlos?
You're okay. Let me spot for you.
Good idea. Get the fuck out of here.
Here comes some more! Number 5!
mess with me like that.
Got some more incoming! Storm high behind one! Yeah! Chill! Hold on! Here comes some more! Get behind, number 7! Yeah! Got some more incoming!
Come out and play, chickbird.
Yeah! Here comes some more! Number 8! I got this! Not what I intended to hit. Well, I'll take it.
Oh, you're fucking joking with the zombies already. Every time it just syncs up that, you know, as he's going on the wall, they come out of the fucking little vents in the ground. Fucking just gangbang by the whole group of them.
Got some more. Go!
More zombies.
Here comes some more! Number 1! And smash time!
I think it's working.
I'm gonna die. I'm dying. There's no way I'm not dying. Fucking Christ, dude. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this fucking boss fight. I think the most annoying fucking thing is the fact that that vaccine takes an item slot for me and it gets taken away from me, so now I'm like kind of being hamstrung into going into a fight with less items. But now we're just gonna go fully kitted. Fuck it. I'm not dealing with that shit again. Yeah, I think that's... I don't know. I think that's fine. We're gonna lose the vaccine, so we'll have an extra slot. We're gonna skip the cutscene.
Jill, is that you?
Carlos?
You're okay.
We're gonna skip that as well.
Watch it, you've got company. He's hiding behind tank 5. Now! Rip that fucker apart!
Thank you for the save.
Yeah! Here comes some more!
Come at us, like... Hey, sick bird.
Yeah! Got some more incoming! Number 8! I got this! Not what I intended to hit. I'll take it. Here comes some more!
Dude, he hit me one time and almost killed me, bro. Bro, fuck you. Made me waste my last mag too. These fucking zombies. Enough of these zombies.
More incoming. Number 4, surprise, asshole.
Is he gonna kill him or what? Jesus Christ.
Jill! Here comes a crane. Use it to climb up.
Come on. Come on.
Jill, get back! Now get on! I'm gonna melt this fucker into mush. Okay, I'll meet you up ahead.
I used a lot of ammo to get through there.
Nikolai, where did you go?
Just got an achievement for defeating Stage 2 Nemesis.
I have to get that vaccine back.
I'll probably put the grenade launcher away. Might put that away too. Do we have any other shotgun shells? Yeah, we'll just take all of our shotgun, all of our pistol. I might just keep the deagle with me. If I can get another first aid spray, I'll just take that.
It's done. Give me the vaccine, you greedy son of a bitch.
No. You print money. I like money. We shall make ours an ongoing arrangement. Now drop the gun! Have you ever seen anything so incredible? The data on this would be worth millions. But, you know how it is. City's about to explode, and you can't put a price on life. Good luck!
Nikolai!
Jill!
I hate how he can just skate
Go
by,
after
dude.
Nikolai.
I really hate that.
He's got the vaccine.
What about you?
We're running out of time. I've got this.
I know you do.
Look, just so you know, this is the last fucking time.
I feel like I should have been able to hear that. That was very silent.
No.
Dude, he's very quiet. I think the audio's fucked up here, guys. I'm getting really sick of the audio getting all jacked up.
Cooldown in progress. Please reactivate power sources.
Damn, it needs power. Felt that, did you? How about some more?
Fucking lame. I'm not liking that I can tell that there's missing audio. Like I can't hear the nemesis. I'm fighting a massive
to get
creature that
that
makes no
vaccine
noise.
back.
Can you guys even hear the dialogue? Is the dialogue audible? There's been plenty of cutscenes so far, and I really hope that the audio is able to be heard. If not, then we're fucked. Maybe we won't take the shotgun ammo, or we'll just take the shotgun but not the ammo. Take all the pistol ammo we got. Alright, we're skipping that.
Opening compartment.
Now we're talking.
Cooldown in progress. Please reactivate power sources.
Damn, it needs power. Felt that, did you? How about some more?
Bro, he's about to kill me. First hit. Can I fucking do anything? Jesus fuck, man. Just wasting health here. I still can't hear him.
Two power sources remaining.
The lack of audio is annoying. Ammo galore, though.
Go ahead! I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
Really?
All power sources activated. Powering
You think I
up.
don't know how to fuck you up? Good riddance.
Alright, defeat stage 3 nemesis. There you go. Any other items in this room? No. Anything over here?
I can still catch him.
You're not going to stay. Promised you this, didn't I?
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
No, don't care. My client ordered me to reduce umbrella to rub.
10 minutes until missile
Ah.
impact.
The missile has launched. And that is my cue. Goodbye, Miss Valentine. Shame you didn't listen to me when you had the chance.
Jill! Shoot him!
She can stand up,
can't.
get up in
I'll
his
hit
face,
you.
and then pop
Do
him
it.
the melon. She doesn't have to shoot
You
from that
have to.
distance.
There's no other way.
Right in the dick. Right in the dick.
Hey, I told you I couldn't leave you in a Carlos's world. That would just be too cruel. What about him?
Why'd you do it?
There's a price tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Who are you working
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here. I'll pay you whatever you want. You're a fool. You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
for? I don't mind a little detective work.
Kind of annoying how this ended, you know? Could have been a little bit better.
Jill, you all right?
There it is.
There's the nuke.
finally over.
So long, RC.
I felt empty and cold as the heat from the blast washed over us. All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed. I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
Alright, so that's our first playthrough of Resident Evil 3 on stream here. I'm gonna skip the cutscenes, the credits. Not the cutscenes, but the credits, though. Alright, well, C's get degrees, and I'm happy we're done with that. I think a couple of those deaths are when I was playing as Carlos. 6 hours of playtime ain't that bad, though. I'm not like a speedrunner or anything like that, but I have a feeling that if I want to ever like unlock all the achievements and all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna have to really sweat it out to get like the perfect, like, I guess, run-throughs. I guess there's a achievement for beating the game in under 2 hours, which is insane, but obviously it's doable. But I don't know if there's gonna be anything else here. Let's see. Those are concept arts, models. The shop has been unlocked. You can now purchase items from the shop, which is accessible via the main menu. Points used to unlock items can be earned by completing in-game challenges. View them in record screen. Okay, so bonuses, shop. So these are cosmetics. We've got 14,000 credits. Ammo gained when crafting. Okay. Okay, well, I guess now we have things to work towards if we ever decide to come back to this game. I don't know if I'm going to go right into another playthrough, because I don't know if this is like Resident Evil 2 where there's another sequence, like another like variant of the story. I don't think there would be, but yeah, there's a lot of challenges left to do. What do we have here? Yeah, this is the achievement. Complete the game in under 2 hours of playtime. That's ridiculous. That's a little crazy, honestly. Actually, I was still reading. Hold on. I need 6 more of these Charlie dolls. I needed 4 more files read. 2 more weapon parts collected. I don't know where I could have missed anything, because I thought I was pretty, or not pretty, but I thought I was relatively thorough in my run-through there. I really didn't push on until I got certain things done. Place all jewels in the clock tower monument. I remember I missed that one jewel. I'm fairly certain it was in the toy store. Yeah. This game expects you to play it multiple times because you got challenges like this where it's like defeat 2,000 enemies. I played the entire game and only got 243. And that's me like actually like relatively clearing out everything. So yeah, that's gonna be annoying. We're not gonna do this right away. I'm just gonna take a look at what we've had unlocked here. Is this like zombie Jill right here? What's going on with that? I don't think she's, like, realistically, like, how heavy do you think that railgun is? I don't even know if this is supposed to be a man-carried weapon. I think it's supposed to be mounted on something. I mean, obviously she did it, but realistically, like, this thing probably weighs about 400 pounds. And she's just throwing it around. Well, we really don't have that many things unlocked. Yeah, maybe I'll just buy the things that I know are going to be useful, at least for the playthrough. And yeah, we'll do that. So we got a crafting companion, lockpick, bolt cutters, and a single hip pouch. We're gonna buy another one later, but I don't know. Maybe we just fuck around for a little bit with it. Results. In order to get S, you have to be 2 hours, bro. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's doable. They allow you more time saved, at least. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna ever go for the S rank on this one. Yeah, I quickly would just want to give a little review of that. I really did not enjoy parts of this game. I thought some of it was rushed, some of it was like extremely on rails. Like I felt like in the beginning is like the most impactful time to like explore and look around and take your environment in and get oriented and understand what you're going into. And the whole time, I just felt like everything was a cutscene. Like the entire time, for like the first like 15 minutes of the game, I probably did like 2 things, maybe myself, without actually like doing a whole lot, and I got 2 achievements. It was kind of stupid. I honestly didn't like that. I thought it was kind of cheap. I felt there was a lot of opportunity for me to actually explore the map and maybe like take it all in. But I mean, I get like the Nemesis was chasing us right off the rip, but like we really didn't have any time to like look around or do anything. It was kind of lame. It was all a cutscene. I don't like that. And then what I did like was the scene where, or not the scene, but before we took off on the subway train, when we're actually going through the city or like the streets and we're actually going between buildings and grabbing items and clearing the area. I thought that was interesting. I like that theme, like that whole like idea of like exploring the city when it's all going to shit. It was kind of fun. I like that. I didn't like the fact that once obviously like it's not the same as like RPD where you get to go back and go through everything and like in Resident Evil 2 where you're going through the sewer, it connects to the RPD, you can backtrack, do a whole lot of things. I didn't really care for the fact that I couldn't go back. I thought, a game like this, like there's really nothing stopping you from having the ability to go back and grab things, but that's the way they decided to do it. So I mean it is what it is. I wouldn't necessarily like give them too many negative points for that, but I kind of like the idea in Resident Evil 2 that I can backtrack, but then they take that ability away in 3. I thought that was weird, but um yeah, I think going forward, if they have more of these games with audio issues like this game and Resident Evil 2, I'm gonna have a lot of problems because, like I said at the beginning, I spent maybe an hour and a half before the stream today just troubleshooting the audio and waiting until I heard the cutscene dialogue. And the moment I heard the cutscene dialogue, I rolled right into the stream. It's really putting a lot of pressure on me just to play the game, just to enjoy the game, and it kind of it has been kind of affecting my gameplay experience because the whole time I'm thinking, "Oh crap, are they going to hear this cutscene? Are they going to hear this?" Like I'm worrying the whole time instead of just enjoying the game. And I guess as a gamer, it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to hear it regardless, but as somebody that's streaming the game, making a video on the game and playing it, I don't know. It's like I think this is an issue that shouldn't exist and it's something that I cannot control. I just don't understand why it hasn't been patched yet and why it still exists. And honestly, it's just annoying that anytime I go to look up a solution for this or looking for help in any way, it doesn't seem like anybody has an answer. No one seems to know what the fuck they're talking about when they're like explaining this audio problem. They're all saying, "Oh, I can't hear the dialogue," and then you'll read the comments, and then all the comments are people just agreeing with it, like, "Oh yeah, I can't either." Like that's weird, but like no one's coming up with a solution, and you would think by now it would be like something on the radar for the developers to maybe just do a quick patch, maybe turn off some features that are causing this issue, and the fact that it hasn't happened and this is the second game that it exists in is kind of a problem. And the fact that it's fixed the same way for both games is kind of stupid to me. That just tells me that there's something wrong with the audio in the game settings. I've already explained it a bunch of times in other videos, but there is a way that you can kind of work around it, but it's a workaround. It's not a solution and it's not guaranteed to work. And I just I don't know. I can't give this game high praises because of that. I think it deserves a negative mark for that. And same with Resident Evil 2. That's why I said it was a 9 out of 10 when I played Leon, but then like a 7 out of 10 when I played as Claire with Leon's because the one point that I was missing preventing it from being a 10 out of 10 is the audio issue. Otherwise, I loved playing as Leon in Resident Evil 2. It was a lot of fun and the story was amazing. But then the story went to shit once you play as Claire. Once you play as Claire, it makes it all convoluted. Everything it all gets messy, and there's a lot of plot holes that are created, a lot of issues, and the fact that you're retreading the same ground over and over again with Claire, that you just went through the same puzzles, the same enemies, fighting the same bosses. It was pretty stupid. I'll be honest. I didn't like that. So when I played as Claire, the game turned to shit. But up until that point, I was really enjoying it. And on that same note, with Resident Evil 3 playing this, I I wanted it to be a little bit better when you play as Carlos. Like you get an AR, you get a Glock 18, you got all these like all this ammo, but your bullets don't do anything. Everything becomes a bullet sponge, and it was just so unenjoyable to play. Like I felt like I mag dumped zombies for the entire playthrough. And to me, honestly, if you're taking your time, placing your shots, doing accurate fire, and you're not getting rewarded with a critical hit, and you have to dump 10 to 15 bullets into a zombie for it to just stand up later, it's so exhausting. And honestly, that took a lot of the fun out of the game for me, just experiencing that every single time. And namely, the hospital scene or the sequence was so frustrating. I hated every minute of that, but I don't know. All things considered, I don't know if this game even had that really compelling of a story. I think Resident Evil 2 was definitely better. Resident Evil 3, it was okay. It looked good, it sounded good, but the story and some of the gameplay was just so off that I couldn't have fun with it. I had moments of fun, but if I had to just look at the entirety of the gameplay or the gaming experience with this one, I would probably give it like a fucking 6. Like even lower level than Resident Evil 2. Like a 6 out of 10 for sure. Yeah, I think a 6 is fair. For me at least. I think that's fair. I would say the things that would give it better marks, if the audio wasn't a thing, it would be a point extra, so it would be a 7 off the bat. And then if some of the fight sequences were just made a little bit better. I felt like they threw a lot of enemies at you. They gave you more resources than what you needed, which I mean, I guess to each their own. Some people don't like that in a video game like this, some people do. But when they give you a lot of resources, but also those resources suck, it's like, well, what the fuck's going on? Like either buff up the resources to where you don't need as many of them, but then make them sparse to where like you're actually like conserving your ammunition, and that's the only factor that is making the gameplay difficult is that you're limited on resources. Or I mean, I don't know. There's no real good way of me demonstrating how they could have made this better. I mean, at this point, the game's already out, but there was just so many instances where I was just rolling my eyes, just trying to get through fight sequences, and then I just felt a lot of it was unnecessary. But yeah, the nest scene didn't last that long either. I was kind of disappointed with that too. I kind of like the idea of being in the labs. I think the origins of the outbreak are really interesting and need to be expressed a little bit better in the story. Especially since all the movies fucking suck. All the movies that have come out for Resident Evil suck, and they don't explain the lore at all. And uh, I feel like if we're really gonna get to the source of like how the outbreak started and stuff, I think they need to do a good job of like having some scenes or some uh I guess missions or whatever you want to call them where you're actually in the lab and you're unlocking like secrets and figuring out what happened. A lot of it was in the notes as you're going along, but a little bit of like I don't like exposition. They shouldn't be telling me, they should be showing me. And the fact that I have to read notes to figure out things is kind of lame. I think that's a really lame way of explaining the lore. I think it needs to be either in a cutscene or a played experience for you to actually feel the entire situation out. And like I said, I think Resident Evil 2 did a better job in the lab. You spent more time in the lab than you do here. And even if you're like not even a speedrunner, I got through that scene like really quick. Like I would say about an hour, and that's like me like dying a bunch of times because I suck at the game. But if you're a confident and competent player, you could probably get through that in like 15 minutes tops, and you probably have no issues at all. So yeah, the game could have been a little bit better. I'm disappointed with it, but I knew that going in. I've played it before, but I think before I kind of just didn't really pay attention to it. But now I was actually looking at details and I was actually taking time to analyze what I was doing. And yeah, I think 6 is a fair score for this one. Resident Evil 3 not that great for me. Resident Evil 2 is probably my favorite out of the two. And yeah, even in the beginning too, it was weird like with Jill. She just fucking woke up from a nap rolled out of bed. The only thing that she really had to look forward to was a phone call from Brad. He's frantically calling her, and the whole time the entire city's on fire outside, and people are falling out of windows. Sirens are going off, gunshots, explosions, and she didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. Like, how does that happen? The only time that you wake up and you smell the roses is when there's a fucking nemesis pushing through your wall and trying to take you out. I see. I don't know about that, man. Like they just rushed into the outbreak. At least with two, you kind of stumble upon things. Like your Leon, or really they introduced it pretty well with the trucker. He's driving to Raccoon City, hits a zombie on the way there, and then gets bit by them, goes into town, crashes obviously, and that's like your introduction. Well, the crashing part is later, but you get introduced into the outbreak, just a casual day, and then Leon's going to the gas station, get some gas for his Jeep, and then stumbles upon a scene where the zombies are attacking people, and it was interesting. It was compelling enough for me to like really get into it. Like it was like almost like watching a horror movie, right? This off the bat wasn't it. This game, it kind of felt like in order to fully grasp the game, you need to play all the other ones, which I don't like. I don't like games that have you go out of your way to play the other things, because I think that's kind of like lazy storytelling in some ways. Like there's no reason I should have to play all the other games to understand what's going on here. There should be enough information in front of me, or enough information present, that I can understand the lore, or at least know where I'm at, get a good orientation on the story and like what I need to do and what's going on without playing the other games. And I just don't think that was the case here. I felt like there was a lot of missing information that was only present. Like you can only get that information if you played the other games. That's the only way you would have known things. Like like Brad, for instance. Like you wouldn't understand how significant that character is unless you played Resident Evil 1. And even in that game, he's not really that significant. He's just the pilot that shows up at the end. Like that's it. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. And then also with I guess Marvin, how Brad bit Marvin. That scene, I guess if you played 2, then that scene makes more sense. And like that's the only time where I thought the scene was nice, because it was explaining stuff that happened previously. But at the same time, it's the same reason I don't like it, because it's one of those scenarios where you have to play the original game, or at least watch footage of the original game, before you can understand fully what's going on in front of you. And granted, like what happened in front of Carlos is like he doesn't know who any of those people are, so it's like he's completely detached from everything. So if it happened in front of Jill, maybe it would have been more impactful to see Brad as a zombie and have to shoot him after he bit another cop that you potentially knew as Jill. But I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like some of the story parts. I think where this game shines is the visuals and the I mean maybe in some ways I like the ability that like you could dodge things and you could roll and do things like that, but I didn't like it at the trade-off of like your quick access to your knife. Like you rolled and you dodged, but then you couldn't do like a quick melee. You have to actually cycle through your weapons, pull out your knife, and then use your knife. I wasn't a fan of that. I liked it when the knife was a default backup weapon that you had at your disposal without pulling out a separate weapon to it, if that makes sense. Like it was like that for the original games. It was like that for Resident Evil 2, and for whatever reason they decided that we needed the ability to dodge and roll and evade enemies, which also it was very ineffective. Like there were moments where if I was running through the street, I would do the dodge and still get grabbed and then get bitten. And then they give you a prompt to like hold your interaction button, but it's so pointless because you're still going to get bit, you're still going to get attacked. You don't have the ability to block or to like save yourself from taking damage. So it was just frustrating. The whole experience was frustrating. So yeah, I think 6 is a fair score for this game. I didn't really care for it as much as I like 2, and 2 knocked it out of the park with at least playing Leon's story, and then playing from the different perspectives was cool. I will say though, at least with 2. Playing as Claire after playing as Leon was kind of an L. I think that actually took away a lot of points for me. I really didn't like that. It put so many different plot holes into the mix. Like it felt more repetitive. It's kind of like playing I don't know, like The Last of Us 2. You know, you're going through the same area as uh Abby as you just did as Ellie. You know what I mean? So it just kind of felt repetitive, and that's why I gave 2 some negative points. 2's a 7, but it should be a 9 because of Leon's story. But you know, if I play the game again, I'm only playing Leon's story. That's what I'll do. I'll just play Leon's story, or I'll play Claire's as a standalone. I won't do the second part, like part B or part A or whatever. I'll just do the one perspective and call it a day. And I think that's what I'll do if I ever replay that game. That's how I'm going to. That's how I choose to enjoy that game moving forward. With Resident Evil 3, I think the only way I can realistically enjoy this game is if I treat it like a I don't know, like a challenge, I guess. Like if I try to max out all the shop items and get all the achievements for it, maybe then I'll have some fun with it. But if I treat it like a game that has a decent story and then actually uh, take it seriously, I'm not gonna have fun with it. I felt like there were a lot of moments that, especially in this story, that really didn't make sense. Especially with like the lab sequence. Like I said, I thought the lab sequence was very short. It didn't explain much, and even with what was present, you really had to play the original games to fully grasp what was going on. And yeah, was not a fan. Was not a fan of that. I thought the UBCS characters were really interesting. I liked the fact that you come across like a squad of them in the beginning, but I don't know. It would have been cool too if they just had Stars members or something too. Like if you had Stars members that you came across and you actually fought with them instead. I thought that would have been interesting. And like your whole Stars team is getting taken out by the Nemesis as you're going through the city. I mean, that could have been a thing. They could have done so much more with this game, so much more with the story. But if this game is based on the original, then I really shouldn't give too many negative like critiques on it. But this was, in my eyes, it's a remake, a remaster, and a rewrite. So it shouldn't be based on the original games. If anything, it should have like maybe callback moments to it, like where they're doing like a little memento or something like that. You have to find like it's a prop that's laying out somewhere in the map that's like a homage, or it's paying homage to the original game. That's probably the extent that I would have gone with it, but it depends on who you ask. Maybe this game was exactly like a 1-to-1 of the original game. I don't know. I never played the original, so I couldn't really tell you. But I just don't know. I don't know why they decided to go certain ways with some of their story, uh, some of their decisions with the story or some of the gameplay decisions. Just didn't make sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like this one as much. But yeah, that's got to be it for tonight with Resident Evil 3. I think we're gonna wrap it up for that and call it a night. Actually, I think that's a good way to end it. Yeah, if you guys like the video or if you guys don't like it, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and feel free to share your thoughts on your experience or your idea of how the game should have been, and uh, you know, let me know if there's anything that I could have done better. And also, let me know if there's any audio problems that you guys were able to catch up on or pick up on. I feel like there were some moments where I didn't hear the Nemesis, especially when he was yelling. I felt like there was a lot of missing sounds that should have been there. I'm hoping the dialogue was present because there were a lot of cutscenes. So if there was no dialogue, audio, please let me know. We might have to scrub this video and revisit this game another time. So please, once again, let me know if you guys had any problems hearing things. If you guys are watching on YouTube, feel free to check us out on Kick and Twitch at kick.com and twitch.com/HoosierMarineMAK. Uh, we're currently streaming between the hours of 7 and 9 p.m. Central, and we'll stream for about 4 hours. So you know, that's the place, that's the time. So feel free to check us out. We'll be streaming, well, depending on when you guys check in, we'll be streaming other games. May not be the same Resident Evil titles. We might be on something else at the time, but if you guys tune in relatively soon, you'll be able to watch us go through the Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, and all the other Resident Evil games to come. So yeah, that's the plan. Our next video should be a Resident Evil 4 video. Hopefully there's no issues with the audio in that game like there were in this one and Resident Evil 2. I have actually just recently played 4 not too long ago, so well, I say not too long ago, at least a year ago. So it's going to be relatively fresh in my head, so I should be able to get through some of the puzzles, some of the issues with very few problems. So look forward to that. That should be our next stream as well. We'll be doing Resident Evil 4, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think again. If you guys think I'm off the money, if you guys think I'm wrong with my assessment of the games, if you guys have anything to add, feel free to let me know in the comment section. That way, I have stuff to reflect on and things to talk about next time. That way, I have a better review process moving forward. Because I'm biased. I look at things a certain way, so there's going to be a certain perspective or certain things that I'm going to overlook. So if you guys see the game in a different way and you guys have a different opinion, feel free to share. Let me know how wrong I am, and hopefully we'll be able to structure a better video for the next time. But that's where I'm at with this game. I'm not a fan of certain things in it, and I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But I'm also very critical. There's certain things I really didn't enjoy about it, and that's just me. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys are doing well tonight. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and staying out of trouble, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves.